in Houston. We felt ready. I still remember what I told all the defensive backs in pregame. This game isn't about anyone who has ever doubted you. It's about the people that love and believe in you. Little did I know, the game would come down to belief in each other's will to play for 60 minutes. Even though we prepared well, we found ourselves down 28-3 in the third quarter. Every doubter believed we had no chance to win, but those who believed in us still had faith. Once again, all I could hear was, "This isn't any other Patriot team." Bill was right. This team was filled with great men who believed in themselves and every other man in that locker room. That comeback will be talked about for years. The 2016 team was filled with men of faith. Our team chaplain, Jack Easterby, would always talk about how God was doing something special on our team, and he was right. It took a full season, but we got to celebrate that special team the right way, with confetti falling on us. Devin McCourty.
Introduction. The greatest. Tom Brady was crying. The Patriots quarterback has always been able to harness his emotions and put them to good use. A hype video his social media team released before the start of the 2016 postseason included an interview from Bruce Lee, where Lee extolled the virtues of utilizing your feelings to your advantage. Empty your mind. Be formless, shapeless like water. Now you put water into a cup, it becomes the cup. You put water into a bottle, it becomes the bottle. You put it into a teapot, it becomes the teapot. Now water can flow or it can crash. Be water, my friend. That approach had always benefited him. When he needed to unleash his emotions in hopes of playing better, he could. When he needed to tamp down those feelings and slow everything down around him, he could. He was in control. He could turn it on and off. He could flow and he could crash. He was water. Always. But now, standing on the floor of NRG Stadium in Houston, the emotions were coming faster than he had anticipated. The Patriots had just pulled off a 34-28 overtime win over the Falcons in Super Bowl 51, where the two teams had combined to tie or break 31 Super Bowl records. That included a 25-point comeback engineered by Brady, one that ended with the first overtime finish in Super Bowl history. Given the circumstances and the magnitude of the event, it was the finest hour of his career, at the end of his most remarkable year in the NFL. And so, as the madhouse swirled around him, and confetti flew and music played at the end of the most amazing Super Bowl of all time, he was crying. While his teammates raced around the field and piled on each other and the crowd went nuts around him, Brady wept. There might not be crying in baseball, but football, no problem. Why the tears? He didn't sob with joy after the previous 4 Super Bowl wins. After those games, there were smiles and hugs and celebrations. And after Super Bowl losses in 2008 and 2012, there was no crying. Instead, his face was a stoic mask on both occasions when he and his teammates came up short. What made the win over the Falcons more important, more special, and more emotional than the 200-plus others he enjoyed as a starting quarterback in the NFL? In the end, there was a simple explanation. Because it was so very personal. He wanted this one more than just about any of the others because of what was at stake at the end of an already emotional season. It was personal because of his ghastly battle against the commissioner for the last 2 years. He had ground through a lengthy war with Roger Goodell over Deflategate, a fight that had ravaged his reputation while costing the NFL millions of dollars. It left him sidelined for the first 4 games of the 2016 season, forced into exile by a commissioner who appeared to disregard scientific evidence and good judgment in the name of bringing down the hammer and exercising his own personal brand of justice. It was personal for him because he wanted desperately to come through for a locker room and coaching staff that had stood by him so devoutly. While many players around the league now question Brady's truthfulness, the rest of the New England locker room stood shoulder to shoulder with their teammate. On so many occasions, Brady had carried the franchise through adversity. In return, his teammates defended his name, backing him to the last. The quarterback wanted to repay them with another Wake Up the Echoes performance that would reward that unshakable faith. It was personal for him because, as he has said on several occasions over the